Hey there, comic friends. I'm Travis.
And I'm Ethan.
And we're still in the Review-mobile.
Yeah.
Yay! Comics for the third week of August.
Or second
half. Go!
Okay, yes. As I was saying, on to a not much better than Flash, Nightwing.
Oh, this is better than that Kid Flash issue.
It was better. Not much, though. Not by much.
Yeah, well, okay, yet once again, another cover where Nightwing looks like he gets the total hell beat out of him. Of course, he does get pretty beat up in this issue.
Yeah, this one, I mean, he doesn't get nearly this beat up. It's not like he gets knocked out or like this really cut up. I mean, he does take some serious cuts from...
I like the inside art on this issue. I like the inside art on this issue. I hate his upgraded sticks, his upgraded batons, Ascara sticks, whatever they're called. I do not like them being gadgety. They look dumb. Visually, they look dumb to me.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like he's running around with big,
I understand.
sparklers.
I'm okay with them. I'm okay with them having, being able to zap people or whatever, but they just shouldn't look all blunt and chunky because they just look stupid. Look like he's swinging funky baby rattles around. That's still what it looks like to me. The story was okay. We finish up this whole, I can't remember what they're called, what the group was called, whatever they're called.
Yeah.
This guy's just got some serious hate for Nightwing, and thinks he's the best thing ever, and the whole mystery kind of gets solved. He kind of buries the hatchet to some degree with the detective that he's been having beefs with. That part's all
fine and dandy.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess I don't have a whole lot to say about the issue. I think this is the last issue of
Nightwing we get.
Of Nightwing we're getting.
That's fine with me.
Just because it's okay. It's an okay comic. It's not fabulous. It's not great. It doesn't, this Dick Grayson isn't as enjoyable as the Batman Dick Grayson was, because that's why I originally picked this up, is because I was really enjoying him from when he was Batman, and thought that I don't dislike the character like I used to, so maybe that's a good thing. So what did you think?
Yeah, I don't think you didn't say anything that I had to say, so I'd give it a 2.
Okay, well, I would give it a week 3.
Okay.
What's next?
Next up, we have Redhood and the Outlaws, issue 12.
In space.
Okay.
You talking about the cover?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do like the Star Warsy.
You noticed that too, did you? Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely. It's so Star Wars.
Well, I was just like, wow, this is a really Stars cover, and then I read down a warrior, a scoundrel, and a red knight to the rescue. I'm like, oh.
But even if they wouldn't have put it in that kind of font like that,
I totally would have known that it was.
Yeah, it's so obviously a Star Wars tribute, which is fine. Yeah. I mean, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
It was amusing.
I was totally fine with it. However, I'm really sad because the inside was not written as well, I didn't think. I thought some of the lines in here, like pretty much all the interactions between like Roy and Starfire, just kind of sucked.
Yeah, and it's the same writer. And it just seems like, I know I say this a lot lately, but it feels like it was kind of phoned in, didn't it?
Yeah.
Like, ooh, I found something else I need to do, so we're just gonna kind of write this here, and yeah.
Yeah, it just wasn't that good.
I mean, there are parts of it I like. I still like the characters. The characters are enjoyable. I like the characterization to the large degree, but yeah, the dialogue wasn't very good. It all felt kind of flat.
Yes.
I do like the part where Roy is explaining to them how they can, switch some stuff around their ship, and they'll just be, great. They won't have to worry about the fact that they're on, life support and all this stuff. They're like, no, that won't work. That's crazy. And then they do it, and like, oh, holy cows, that works.
Yeah. And I'm like, I like that they showed Roy being smart.
Yeah.
I mean, because as far as it was my understanding, I thought he was the one who was making his own trick arrows, right?
Yeah.
So I'm glad that they showed him being smart instead of this just kind of this, like, not dumb. He's not usually portrayed dumb anymore, but less
dopey.
obvious. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was nice.
I think the relationship between the stewardess, who I liked last issue, and Jason Todd is just gotten all kinds of weird. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't enjoy this one quite so much. Rockethird is off of the art on it now. He didn't do this issue as far as the art goes. I think he's off to do Superman. I think they're both doing Superman. So that creative team went to Superman. I think Jeff Liddell is still going to be doing the writing on this. But this is another book that's kind of on a teeter for me whether or not I'm going to keep picking it up or not.
Yeah.
They need to get away from space and because what I've really been enjoying about the book, I've liked it, but the parts that have really made me go, oh yeah, that's cool, is the little nuggets of Jason Todd
with the rest of the Bat family.
Right, his issues and that sort of thing. So hopefully we'll see some more of that.
Yeah, I know this book has always been kind of on the teeter for you.
Well,
so.
yes and no. There's about the time it's on teeter, then they'll put out an issue where they have something that just like him sitting there eating pancakes with that was in this issue, wasn't it? Was he eating pancakes with
he ate, at one point he did
with Tim Drake and whatnot. That stuff's just awesome.
Yeah.
So about the time I think, so maybe next issue we'll get something that makes me go, wow, this is...
Hopefully, because, I read this book and I was just like, dang it. I mean, because it's been kind of at the beginning, but for me, I liked it pretty much all the way through up until now. I liked the first few issues.
Yeah. Okay, so what would we rate this book?
I'd give it a really weak 3.
Yeah, that's where I'm with it too. Okay, what's next?
Next up, we have Supergirl, issue 12.
I am enjoying this. I'm enjoying this comic. The art in this one was a little inconsistent because they had a couple inkers on it besides the main artist. He didn't do all the inking of all of his work, so it looked a little different in places. The story is really interesting. We find out that Supergirl
is pretty much...
She's more powerful than Superman.
Yeah.
She's more powerful than Superman.
That's fine with me. It's pretty awesome.
I think that's awesome. I think that's just fabulous that she's actually more powerful than Superman is. Superman has always been the powerhouse in the
DC universe.
The DC universe. Now she's technically stronger because she's absorbed more.
And we find out that she's absorbed tons of stuff because she's been pretty much directly orbiting the sun.
For years, she's been orbiting the sun.
Years.
Soaking up all this radiation. I mean, while Superman has been growing up as a boy, slowly absorbing the radiation on Earth, she spent the exact same amount of time
orbiting directly around the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not like their power ever stops growing.
Right. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. I love the mystery that's in this. I like the reintroduction of the character we saw a while ago. Because when I read that issue, I was like, the fact he was, oh, great, this guy's gonna be some nemesis and whatnot. The way he's portraying himself here, this is really interesting.
Really, I'm a little suspicious that he's going to be the.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious he's gonna be the bad guy to some degree like that. But I don't know. I like this. Hey, I'm trying to be on your side. Instead of just snatching her up again and trying to analyze her more and trying to do all this stuff again, he's trying a new approach at least. He's not doing the same damn thing over again.
He's molded himself with a brain! That's so creepy.
Yeah.
That is so creepy. It just looks like the brain maybe took whatever was left of his skin and then decided to wear it as clothing.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah, I think it's cool. And so now you got this basically lair under the ocean, and the radiation is leaking off and turning some of the sea creatures that are close into evolving into something else. That's kind of interesting and stuff too. I'm along for the ride. I'm enjoying it, and it's not like rocking my socks off, but it's a very enjoyable, I think, superhero comic.
Yeah.
Yep. So, you got anything you want to say about it?
Not that you didn't cover, I don't think.
Okay. What would we rate it?
I'd give it a 4.
I would give it a very solid high 3.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's next?
Next up is Wonder Woman,
Oh,
issue
man.
12.
Go ahead, I'll let you talk first.
Okay, so first of all, this cover is totally awesome.
Cliff Chang, yeah.
In the sense of the fact that, first of all, the way the colors are done, Apollo's glowing bow, the moon, the clouds and whatnot, that's awesome.
Yeah.
The fact that the big cliche, sappy kiss, the rules are reversed.
Yeah.
It's Wonder Woman holding Apollo, flying up, kissing Apollo instead of...
Yeah, she's in the more what we'd stereotypically call the masculine role.
Exactly.
She's the dominant person in this thing, yeah.
That was pretty awesome. So, yep, there was some serious throwdowns here. Watching Wonder Woman, I'm gonna steal your thunder here. Watching Wonder Woman pop into Zeus mode.
Yeah, drop those bracelets.
Yeah, she's a.
No, that was for you. And it's not like she even has. It's not like it was some flashy fight. She just freaking walks up, gut punches her, then starts putting her in a headlock and pounding on her.
Yeah, that was great.
Whoa.
That was awesome. I mean, because fighting Artemis the last time, she totally got her.
Yeah, she's a god.
She got her butt kicked, right? Yeah. So then she fights Artemis again, right? She has a little better bouncing Artemis's little blade things off her bracelets, right?
Right.
That was cool. And then she takes her bracelets off, and you're just like, oh no, right? And she pops them, she gets a big Zeus spark and totally beats the crap out of them.
Oh yeah.
That was insane.
I loved it. Like I said, I love the fact that it wasn't flashy either. It wasn't some flashy, crazy. Yeah. She just, freaking walked up and just punched the crap out of her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was awesome. That was awesome.
It was great.
What about the deal it struck?
That was...
okay, fine, I'll leave her alone as long as...
You can have the baby as long as...
But if the baby ends up being prophesized to actually be the baby that's supposed to, kill the gods and take the throne, you have to kill her.
Yeah.
Ooh. And you think, wow, that's pretty heavy. How much heavier can it get?
Freaking Hermes steals the baby.
Did you forget that he was also the...
I didn't forget that he was the god of thieves. But, in this case, I figured...
Well, he's been such a great guy. He's been nice. He's been... Well, hell, he's gotten himself gutted in the defense of Zola and this kid and whatnot. Yeah. And then gives him to Artemis, Demeter. And it's like, that was like, what the hell?
What?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. That kind of freaked me out.
He stole my baby. What?
Yeah.
What? I mean, yeah, I know he's the god of thieves and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I
figured he was probably, if he was going to vie and try and steal anything, it'd be the throne.
Right.
I guess not.
Yeah, wow. And then the final thing at the end. Do you know who that is at the very end? The very, very end?
No.
Some guy picks up that helmet, puts it on.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
And there's a boom.
I know it's a new god. Is that Orion?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's his helmet. That's Orion's helmet. So what gods are we talking about now?
I don't know.
Oh my God! If they're gonna reintroduce the fourth world gods and whatnot, this is gonna be. I mean, all kinds of excitement and whatnot. We're just opening the door to all kinds of cool stuff. Especially if we're gonna have those two sets of pantheons potentially going against each other.
That'd be insane.
Oh, it's gonna be so awesome. So awesome. I mean, I know everybody else in the comic book community and world has already been talking about the book because the book's been out for such a long time and we're just getting around to it. And I've kind of avoided what everybody else had to say about the thing, but holy cows.
Yeah.
I mean, I love this book all the way through. This issue was so awesome. Everything about it was great. Now Hera's got herself banished. Now she banished, looks like she's potentially human. She can bleed. Holy crap. I mean, her power play, she just thought, oh, well, screw you. Strife ends up being Strife. She basically, adds to the mix and even causes problems for Wonder Woman, even though up to this point she really hasn't caused too many problems for Wonder Woman.
No, I mean, to some degree, I saw that happening because in this case, although it was easy to say, I mean, I totally didn't see it happening with Hermes. Did not see that coming.
Yeah.
With Strife, though,
you knew she was going to stir stuff up.
Exactly, right? I mean, because that's who she is.
Right.
She's Strife.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to some degree, when she rescued Wonder Woman, I'm sure, like, a part of her was like, hey, let's help Wonder Woman. But on the other hand, she was causing strife.
Oh, she was.
And for Hades? I mean, wow.
Yeah.
He's one of the big three. Of
Yeah.
course, she'd cause strife for him. She had a good excuse.
Yeah. Oh, but this issue was just absolutely awesome. Like I said, I got so giddy when she. I mean, I'm excited by the whole thing, but I love that scene where she drops those bracers off and says, "Oh no, that was to help you."
Yeah.
You know, it's like, and they hit the ground and they sink into the ground, it's like thud, and they crush into the ground. Like she's basically wears those things to keep her from being too strong and crazy.
Yeah.
You know, they hit crush into the ground, and I'm just like, as soon as I saw those hit the ground, I'm like, ooh, this is gonna be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome book. What we rate this book?
I give it a 5.
I give it definitely a 5. Click Chang
Hands
back on
down.
artwork, and just the story's been absolutely fabulous. Great stuff. Very excited by it. Okay, what's next?
Okay, next up we have X-Men, issue 34.
A slide on the artwork. I wasn't really excited, but actually there's some really bad artwork in this.
Oh yeah.
If we weren't driving, I would show you some panels of some people's faces, nothing behind them, and their noses are all mouth-shaped, their faces are kind of mouth-shaped and whatnot. So yeah, as far as the art goes, not real happy with that. Let's briefly talk about, well, not briefly. I like the story. The story is interesting. The parts of the story that interest me the most, oh boy, as we lose our camera. The parts of the story that interest me the most are the whole conversation with Scott, you know, Cyclops.
Yeah.
And then later on, about the fact that this has happened, this samples has been lost and whatnot, and he's not happy with the fact that she didn't keep him in the loop and was kind of hiding it from him and all that kind of stuff. And the other part that I thought was interesting is her dig basically at Colossus towards the end of the book, where she says, oh yeah, you know, you've been chatting with him a whole bunch, so, you know, why don't you just keep that up? You're basically calling him out.
Yeah.
You know, you're kind of a piece of crap for going behind my back, basically. Thanks a lot, you know. So there's some interesting stuff going on there.
Guy and his freaking creepy eyes.
Yeah.
As he injects himself.
Oh yeah, the prophet at the end there. Yeah, he's injecting himself. We got this crazy zealot who's injecting himself with the DNA, and now he's got the freaky eyes and wants to either inject it into Psylocke or procreate with Psylocke to make a better human race.
Yeah.
Of course, I don't think he realizes that Psylocke is Psylocke. Yeah.
Yeah. Domino on this cover looks really. I'm just really looking at it now. Her eyes aren't lined up. Like, first of all, one eye is smaller than the other, more so than it should be. And second of all, like, if you were to turn looking straight at you, like, one eye would be right here, and the other would be like right here.
Right.
So, but even though she has weird eyes on the cover, I like Domino in this issue as, you know, like, I mean, that is very classic spy kind of thing to me, it seems, where, you know, you have one of your operatives play the part while you have your other operative go around and, you know, dig up the dirt while the other one, that was, I like that.
Yeah, I like actually, I like the characters. I'm not familiar, like I said, we've talked before, but we're not real familiar with Domino and Psylocke went on there. They are both been enjoyable characters. Brian Wood is only on this thing for a couple more issues, I guess. That's all he's been slated to do, and somebody else is taking over. So I don't know if we'll keep collecting it after that, mainly because I'm not totally riveted with the comic. I'm not in love with it, and it does ship twice a month at $3.99, and I just don't agree with that business model. So after Wood is off the book, I'll probably quit getting it. Getting it was just an experiment because I knew he was on it, so I was at least comfortable with him as a writer, just to kind of give it a try and see what it was going to be like going on. So
yeah,
there is that. What do we think of the book? What are we gonna rate it?
I'd give it a 3.
Yeah, I give it a 3 too, despite there's some really ugly panels in it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, well that's it for this week worth of comics. Of course, we'll be back next week with the 4th and 5th. We're gonna mash those two together because neither one of them are really big weeks, so we're gonna mash those two together. And that review we are going to do on Saturday, and we're gonna do the Google Plus Hangout. We're gonna do it live. We're going to do it. It's going to be at 11 o'clock Western Pacific time. If you live on the East Coast, that's going to be what 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday. We're trying to figure out a way to do it where it's not going to clash with the other people who regularly do the hangout things, because we don't want to clash with anybody else's stuff, and you know, we might want to participate with the other people's stuff and whatnot, so we don't want to get on. So if you want to join us, you're sure welcome to. You can follow along on YouTube while we do it live. Have your own comments about the books. Most of you guys, if we're reading books that you guys have read them, so certainly we're not going to be spoiling or surprising anything for you. If you want to chat with us there about what's going on with the books, be my guest. I'm not sure. Me and Ethan will have to talk more about the fact if we'll have people actually hang out with us on the Google Hangout. You can. I don't think that's going to matter, will it? So yeah. So we can hook up either way, and we'll see what it's like live. Of course, I don't know that live is really much different than what we do here. It's not like we edit a whole bunch of stuff out. You just won't see covers flying by our faces as we talk. Anyway, thanks for hanging out and traveling along with us, and we'll catch you next week. Bye.